Have you ever felt dimmed inside because someone dismissed your light? Words like that can cut deep, making us question our own sparkle. But listen, those words don't dim your true shine. They only reveal the shadows in the speaker's eyes. Today's story is about reclaiming your inner brilliance, no matter what anyone says. At the end, I'll share a quick 10-second mirror practice that can help you remember who you really are every single day. Let me tell you about Elias, a skilled diamond cutter in a bustling mountain town known for its gems. Elias spent his life at the wheel, carefully faceting rough stones into dazzling jewels. Each diamond he shaped caught the light differently, some with fiery red flashes, others with cool blue fire. He loved them all, because he knew the patience, the precision, the heart he poured into every cut. One day, he finished polishing a clear, brilliant stone. It wasn't the largest or the flashiest, but its facets were perfectly balanced, reflecting light in a steady, pure way. Elias held it to the window and smiled. "You'll bring joy to whoever wears you," he whispered. That afternoon, a famous jeweler from the city visited the workshop. He was dressed in fine silks, with a critical gaze that missed nothing. His eyes landed on Elias's new diamond. "How much for this one?" he asked curtly. Elias named a fair price. The jeweler scoffed. It's ordinary, too small, too plain, no real fire. I've seen street vendors sell better sparkle. You're wasting your talent on mediocrity." The words landed like a hammer on glass. Elias felt his chest tighten. He'd spent weeks on that stone, every angle measured, every facet polished with care, but doubt flooded in. Maybe the jeweler was right. Maybe his work wasn't special after all. The man left without buying, and Elias set the diamond aside, its light suddenly seeming dull to him. Days turned heavy. Elias tried cutting bolder, showier stones, chasing bigger flashes to prove something, but his hands trembled. The joy was gone. Every new gem felt forced, imperfect. One quiet evening, an old miner came to the door. He walked slowly, leaning on a worn staff, his face lined with years underground. "I need a small stone for my granddaughter's birthday," he said softly. "Something honest that catches the light gently." Elias showed him the flashier pieces he'd been forcing lately. The old man shook his head at each. Then his eyes found the set-aside diamond on the shelf. "That one," he said, pointing. "May I hold it?" Elias hesitated. "Someone told me it's nothing special." The miner lifted the stone to the lamplight. He turned it slowly, watching the steady rainbows dance inside. "This is beautiful," he said firmly. "The cuts are even, the proportions perfect. It doesn't shout, it glows quietly, reliably. My granddaughter will see herself in its light every day. That's real value." "Who said it wasn't good?" Elias told him about the jeweler's harsh judgment. The old man listened, then placed the diamond gently on the table between them. "I've spent my life in the dark earth," he began. "I've pulled thousands of rough stones into the sun. Some sparkle wildly at first glance. Others hide their fire until the right light finds them. But every stone has its own worth. It's in the structure, the clarity, the way it was formed over time." That jeweler spoke from his hurry and his ego, not from truth. His words didn't change what this diamond is. It was cut with skill and love. "It still shines exactly as you made it." Elias felt a quiet shift. "But it hurt," he admitted. "Of course it did," the miner replied kindly. "Harsh words are like dust on a gem. They cloud your view for a moment, but dust wipes away. You don't have to carry it." He reached into his pocket and drew out a small, polished silver mirror, no bigger than his palm, etched with faint mountain patterns. "My wife gave me this long ago. When the tunnels felt too dark or a stone broke under my chisel, she'd say, 'Look here. See your own light reflected back. Other voices may try to dim you, but this shows what's real.'" He handed the mirror to Elias. "Your worth isn't in every passing opinion. It's in the care you give, the light you uncover in yourself and in what you create. This diamond is precious because of your hands and heart. No one else's words can take that away." The miner bought the stone and left with a warm nod. Elias held the mirror, feeling its cool weight. He thought of all the gems he'd cut over the years, how they'd become rings, pendants, heirlooms that brought light to people's lives. His work had mattered, always had. One jeweler's dismissal was just a fleeting shadow. The next morning, Elias returned to his wheel. He picked up a new rough stone and began cutting, not to impress, but to honor the light inside it. His hands moved steady again. Weeks later, the city jeweler returned, this time humbled. "Word spread about your stones," he said. "They're sought after, clear, lasting, true. I was wrong before." Elias smiled calmly. "Thank you." But inside, the words changed nothing. Praise or criticism, they were both just passing light. His foundation was deeper, his own knowing, his craft, his purpose. He kept the mirror by his wheel. Whenever doubt crept in, he'd glance at it briefly and remember, your shine isn't their verdict, it's yours. So here's your simple practice. Every morning, look in the mirror for just 10 seconds. Say one true thing about yourself that no outside voice can touch. I have a steady heart. I keep showing up. I carry quiet strength. Speak it gently, out loud. Let your reflection be the kindest witness. Try it for a week. Notice how the inner light begins to feel unbreakable. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear their own worth today. In the comments, tell me, what will you say to your reflection tomorrow? Subscribe if these gentle reminders help you remember your shine. Your support lets these stories reach hearts that need them. You're not dimmed by anyone's words. You were made to sparkle quietly, steadily, truly. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next story.